We are live with another episode of the Muscle and Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Coach David Brayson, and this is the number one podcast for those who want to lose fat, gain muscle, and just have a really fucking powerful mindset so you can deal with anything that life throws at you. Today, I'm waiting on John. Let's see if he. Speaking of which, he just joined. What's up, brother?
Boom. What's up, bud?
We're live, by the way.
Oh, that happened quick.
Yeah, we're ready to get rolling.
Yeah.
I put this on Instagram too. How you doing, man?
Okay. All right, man. You?
I'm doing amazing. Greatest day of my whole entire life.
Other than dropping water in your wife's car and
Oh, God.
ruining that?
Funny thing, for people listening. So I hope that
Yeah, fill them in.
I hope that I hope the underwriter is not watching this. So my wife spilled water in her car, and Mercedes supposedly has the computer of the car on the passenger side, on the floor of the passenger side, and the computer got messed up. So to fix the thing was $6,500, and she's like,
So do
"Oh, God, that's like so much money used to fix that, you know? If you're
Oh,
getting,
man.
if you're getting wheels and tires, sure, pay for it. But this is not, not it's you don't want to pay for that. But anyways, we talked to the insurance agency, Allstate. I love you, and they're gonna cover it. They're gonna cover the whole thing. So I'm
Wow.
happy. Yeah. For the future reference, if you she spilled the water, it's our fault, I guess, but it's just water, right?
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault, dude.
Well, whatever. So when we talked to the underwriter, Jen said the window might have been open. If she had said, everything was shut down, there was no way for the water to get in, they wouldn't cover it. But since there was a possibility of water being leaked through the window, they said, you know what, we got you, because we don't know what actually happened. So Allstate, I
Yeah,
love
we don't know.
exactly. Exactly.
Wow, good for you, man. I'm glad they're covering that.
Yeah. What's new with you?
I'm on day 29 of no medication, Prilosec, for my acid indigestion. I couldn't live without it. I couldn't go one day without it, as I told you, man.
Yeah.
When I was on for 4 years. And, when I got that health news and I had to get off that medicine, I didn't know how I was going to do it. So I'm on day 29, apple cider vinegar, change of diet completely. And I'm doing good. And I'm so excited. I'm starting to implement. I did elimination stuff.
Yeah.
So frustrating, journaling all your food. I said something yesterday to somebody that it reminded me of prep, as far as the discipline goes, but almost worse because it hurts. That type of stuff hurts. So journaling, I'm starting to add stuff back into my diet. I'm excited. A couple days ago, I got a little overzealous and I ate a little bit too much, so had a little indigestion. But you got to calm down. I'm like a puppy right now, but I'm excited because I was in such a negative mindset for the longest time. It's just brutal. Anybody who's ever dealt with something, an ailment that keeps you from doing what you love to do, or just living in general. I mean, people suffer from sinuses, they suffer from some sort of ailment every day. And man, it's just, you get into this down negative vibe. And when things start going your way, man, I try to be grateful. I mean, this is going to segue right into this subject, aren't we?
Yeah.
Um,
Like, today, it was just like, all right, let's see what this people say. Who wants to, pull out $6,500 to just pay for something that is just like, oh, like I could have gone in my head the complete opposite way and just destroy my day in my own head. But guess what?
Yeah.
If they would have said other way, that's something that I cannot control. So if it's out of my control, out of my reach, I really cannot get upset about it. Life happens,
Out of control. Yeah.
that's how I look at things.
Well, you have to. And I think I probably said this on the last podcast, but I told my daughter she was dealing with some stuff. I said, write it all down and cross out everything that you cannot control. And then boom, you have what you can control. And usually you line everything out and you're like, well, no shit,
So,
this is good.
I actually use that advice that you gave in the last podcast to somebody. It's like, it's a client. She's dealing with a bunch of stuff in her life, and I talk to my 5 of my clients at least every day. I get on the phone with them for an hour, and we just talk. They talk to me, and I told her to write down everything that bothered her.
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and every day I tell most of my clients, like, write down 5 things that you're grateful for. But sometimes it becomes a habit, but
Monotonous.
it doesn't come from the bottom of your heart. Like when I write it every day, I write it after I pray. I pray, then I write what I'm grateful for. And I'd really pay attention to what I'm doing. Some people, they just write it. Well, it's homework. Let me write it because coach told me to write it. So when she went into let me write out what I'm not grateful for, what's actually bothering me, she had to think a little bit deeper and see, what is actually putting, this stress in my life. And what she shared with me is like when she wrote it out, she realized that it wasn't as stressful as she thought it was before she wrote it.
It's not.
And
yeah. That's good. Taking her out of that moment and then redirecting on things that are really important. Something else that's worked for me, and this is a big one for me, is I don't have this problem. I get to have this problem. You get to have a $6,500 problem for your Mercedes GL 350. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to have employee issues. I get to have tax issues. I get that. And that makes me grateful when I say that. So when people are complaining about something, I'm just like, wait a second. You're complaining about your $80,000 truck. Oh, you're complaining about your children. You're complaining about their private school. You're complaining. Whoa. You get to have these problems. You're not in Ukraine. You're not in Afghanistan. You get to have these problems, and you should feel grateful for that.
Yeah, guys,
that works for me.
People listening right now, you need to drop some fire because, dude, use bomb, use fucking that's a mic drop right there. Like, I get to deal with the car that I decided to buy that is really expensive, and now I have to pay the price for having it. Like, there are people who don't have a car,
bro. There's a lot of people who'd like to have that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you got that problem, you can fix it, and it's in your control. But so did we ask some folks what they're dealing with? Do we have any kind of real-time issues?
I have. Let me pull up the questions over here. Let me find them.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about work. That's a good one too. A lot of complaining about where they work and what's going on. And
here they are. Yeah. Yeah. So people, I'm going live on Instagram too, and Ashton, one of my boys, he's dropping fires. Are you on your computer or your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Okay. All right. So we'll use.
You're lagging a little bit, but.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every once in a while. I'm okay with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably because I'm using this camera that's connected to the computer. So it's a clean look. Look at that. Whew, clean. Oh, you froze. Are you there? Shit, John froze on me. All right, you there?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know. I got a phone call and let me see. Mike.
I hear you. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
All right.
Your mic on?
Yeah. Let's see. See? Technical problems. Yo, can you hear me?
I got nothing. I can't hear anything.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Let me see.
Can you hear me? No? Yeah? There's gonna be. I hear you. There's gonna be going for bloopers. Guys, this is your third
But
world. I hear you. Clear it, like very clear.
anything?
I hear you. You're good.
I can't hear you.
No?
Can I leave and come back?
Yeah, do that.
Shake your head. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So John, oh, look what we have here. What up, Chris? What's up, bro? Who's watching? Jimmy say, I can hear you both of you. Dude, I know. Jimmy, what are you doing? You got time? If you have time, let me know. And I'll send you a link. Dude, hop on here. I think you can have a pretty good insight on what we're gonna talk about. Let me know, and I'll send you a link. All right, let's see. Let's wait for John. I'm gonna have to edit this out. It's live on YouTube. I don't know. I'll keep it this way. So, guys, the deal today is we're gonna talk about negative. Can you hear me? Yeah. Dude, I hear you. All right, John is out again. Cooking at the moment, bro. All right, let me know if you want to jump on, and I'll send you a link. You actually posted. Dude, I loved your post. Was that today or yesterday? You say that when you started, you didn't know if you will get to the point where you are now. That was a great fucking post. I read it and I was just like, yeah, good shit. Chris, what's up, man? All right, I'm gonna wait for John again. I'm definitely gonna edit this out for the podcast and YouTube. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I don't want dead air. John and I are gonna talk about how to deal with negativity. Right? There are big things happening in the world right now, and like COVID, right, 2 years ago, and still happening. You know, some places we still have to wear a mask. Those big problems that you had at some point will go away. All right, you're back.
Yeah, and I can hear you, but my headset's not working, but that's fine. You do this.
All right, we're good now. Oh, I was killing some air because I didn't want dead air, but we have some.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna edit it. I'm just gonna leave it out because I said some pretty like funny things. I think they were funny. But what I was just touching on is I literally got right into the topic of how to deal with negativity and how people are dealing with big problems in their life.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, those problems are not as big as they thought they were. Just like what we were saying about trying
perspective, right?
Writing out, what bothers you and whatnot. So 2 years ago we had COVID, and big thing. Everybody had COVID. COVID changed the world, and it was honestly the biggest thing that has happened to the world over the past 3-4 years. Right? Nothing bigger than COVID has happened. And people
before that, I would say going to war. September 11th. But there are people have been born and they don't remember that, so they don't sit in that mindset. The same thing with 2008. The recession and all that hurt a lot of folks. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the generation we're talking to mostly now hasn't seen any kind of hardship, if you will, than this.
Yeah, and like I could go on many difficult things. I'm from a third world country, right? Where you have a battle every day, but that's not what I want to touch on. Is that this was a big deal 2 years ago, and people have struggled with it. Many people lost their businesses. Many people lost their houses, their cars. But now, 2 years later, where is that big trouble that happened? Where is it? There are some people who thought, oh, fuck COVID because I can go out with my friends. That was their big deal then. But where's the deal now? Like, people worry about things sometimes too much, right? When they really don't have the importance in their life like they make it to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think what you're getting towards is we dwell on a lot of negative stuff that turns us into a victim. And, because this is a worldwide event, it's easy to gain a lot of momentum and talk about it, and everybody's got it. I might call you and talk about the pandemic and how hard life is, and you're going to tell me how hard life is. And so it's just it's a whirlwind. It's what we're around, right? So something so big, it's easy to get into that and probably hard to get out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You worded it better. English is your first language.
Hey, man. Yeah.
So let's deep dive into this question here. Just because this is a question from a client, and she wrote a long paragraph. I'm just gonna like paraphrase what she asked. It's like, so basically her boyfriend, left, they broke up.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to make decisions over in her life. They were together for like 7 or 8 years, something like that.
Wow.
And yeah, that's a long time.
Huge.
And he's still trying to make decisions and in her life, and they broke up for the better. She wanted to move on. He was not willing to take the steps towards growing as a person. They were very stagnant in their lives. So she says, you know what, I'm going to move on, and because I want better for me. But a person that had a long, it's been in her life for a long time, is still trying to make decisions, and the decisions are pulling her back. So she's dealing with this negative, person in her life that is not allowing her to move forward. How do you get out of dealing with something like that?
Wow, it's a great question, man. And it's something that a lot of us have dealt with or are going to deal with. I've been divorced twice. So, I seen your story, by the way, today about would you listen to somebody who's been married and happily married the first time or divorced 3 times? Well, I've only been divorced twice. So I could tell you what I've done wrong. I take a lot of ownership in these relationships, right? But the truth of the matter is she's allowing this. Let's just be honest. She's allowing him to come in and make these decisions. It's almost like that Dane Cook skit. Well, I can't because he's got my sweater, or, he's got my CDs. I can't just cut him off. And so you're either going to be in or you're going to be out. And that's how you got to be if you're moving on. And my inclination is that she still wants to be friends, or he wants to be friends, and they're trying to mitigate that. They're trying to figure out how that works. And the truth is that when there's strong feelings on either end, it's never going to work that way. You need this. If you're going to break up and be friends, it's not going to be right now, in my opinion. Again, divorced twice, they'll take it or leave it, but you're giving him access to you, and that's stressing you out. So if you truly don't want that, you need to break it off completely, 100%. I don't know, David, what do you think?
Yeah. I have to agree, but I'm going to get a little bit deeper into the how to deal with this, the thoughts of somebody else. Guys, the reality is that you, like, I love your point. The reality is that you control your life. Like, you have to take ownership of your life. Like, I'm going to use myself, I'm going to open up a little. Something that I don't ever talk about is like my personal relationships. I was with somebody for a long time. That at my age was a long time, like 6 years. It was a long time.
What was his name?
Big Mike.
I'm gonna get a bunch of hate now. I'm gonna get a bunch of hate. Was he a swimmer?
Yeah. The reality is that actually Chris, he is listening to Chris Sawyer. You've seen him on the shows. He's he's one of my favorite people because you're raw, he's raw, I'm raw. People care too much about people's opinions, right? Like if I'm with her for a long time and then she leaves my life because I'm trying to move on, why am I going to allow her to have input in whatever I'm trying to decide? Right? Someone's decisions, someone's ideals, someone's opinions of yourself, your decisions, whatever you have going on does not dictate your happiness or your success in the future. And in this society right now, because of social media, I mean, I'm grateful for social media because we're able to touch lives right now doing this. But the same way we're helping somebody, there is somebody else trying to have an impact in someone's life negatively. The best advice that I can, give my client that I already talked to her is just to worry about yourself. I actually just talked about it in the car. Don't let people ruin your energy. If you think in positive terms, you're going to get positive results. If you
But
think in
how?
negative
Get
terms, you're
deeper.
going to.
How are you gonna? How do you stop that? Let's really. How do you stop his input? How do you stop the hearing what he's got to say or seeing what he's got to say?
I think the biggest struggle right now in this society is self accountability. We're waiting for someone to say, "Hey, you did a great job." When in reality, we have to look at ourselves from the inside out and from the outside to the inside and realize what are we doing wrong and what are we doing right. Like people judge, we judge ourselves much, not knowing, what outcome this is going to bring. You get what I'm saying?
Yes and no.
And
I mean, I'm trying to drive a point here is that if she's complaining about his input in her life and it's negative, you treat that like any other negative aspect in your life, any negative family member, any negative friend, anything. You gotta put something between you and it, at least for the time being. Mom, I'm sorry. What you've got to say right now is not helping me. It's not very positive in my life. It's not helping me. Let's talk again next week. Hey, ex-boyfriend, listen, if we're going to do this friend thing or whatever, let's give it a month because I need time away from you so I can think. Regardless, bottom line is that needs to be severed somehow so you don't have that negativity. You are what you surround yourself with. And I know there's more to that story, but I don't know if maybe I'm missing something, but that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, you have to cut it out. You have to cut the ties.
Is there deeper? Is there something else to the story? Is there kids involved or?
There are no kids involved, but there is, financial burden. Right? They were used to, splitting everything. Now they're not, and it's.
Yeah, see, I was going to say there's more to that story. 7 or 8 years, they're sharing a life. They've probably lived together. You don't have to give me any more details, but I'm thinking their lives were intertwined. So the best way to deal with that is how you would deal with that in a divorce. And for me, that was either going through the attorney if people aren't being reasonable, or text message, non-emotional text messages. Oh, but John, what if he's emotional and he starts doing that? You got to set the boundary. And that was the key word, is boundary. So you have to find out if you have to communicate with somebody, it has to be on your terms. Okay. You can't be disrespected and you can't be disrespectful. So if either one of you crosses that line, you have to put sanctions on that relationship. And that is in terms of boundaries. So if we're going to talk, if we can't get on the phone and talk without things getting emotional and having a reasonable, logical conversation, then we're going to resort to text message. Text message don't work. We're going to email. Email don't work. Talk to my attorney. He'll talk to yours. If you have to communicate with somebody that's unreasonable.
Yeah. But, for the general people listening, I mean, it's I made a post earlier. Sometimes the people that you love or you love the most are the ones that are going to hurt you the most also. And I use the analogy of a crab bucket, right? You see when you go catch some crabs, they're trying to pull each other down because one's trying to get out. If you have someone in your life that is pulling you down because, you know, they're the bottom crab and you're trying to get out of it. You need to cut, like, whatever, how do you call this in the crab? Like the arm, whatever
Claws?
it is, you need to, yeah, the claws. You need to literally cut out any kind of relationship ties because there's something that's going to keep pulling you down. And like I said, you need to protect your energy. If there is someone putting negative input in your life, you need to destroy it. You need to get rid of it because it has an impact in your life and you're not able to move forward because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Andy Frisella did a podcast on the bucket of crabs. And if you're in that crab bucket and you're climbing out, and my thing is that a lot of times we climb from one crab bucket to another. And I don't want to talk in riddles, but let's say you graduate from, let's say, your high school friends, and then you get to your college friends, and then you've got some work friends, and then you've got, you see what I'm saying? So you go from one to the other. And the way I see it is that people are meant to be in your life for a period of time sometimes. Not everybody's meant to be in your life for your lifetime or their lifetime. And if that relationship is beneficial, you guys stay talking for as long as it's beneficial. And we either, have you ever had a friend where you just stop talking? You know, it just happens. Not that you were mad at them, nothing happened. And what happened was that it stopped benefiting either one of you. And so you drifted apart. And so if it was valuable, if there was something that was beneficial for both you mutually, then you guys would still be talking. And sometimes this happens, and that's perfectly fine. And you go your separate ways, and you grow and they grow, and maybe at some point in your lives, you guys get back together and you chop it up on the phone and get back together. But you go from one to the other, and it's okay. You know, a lot of times, like I said before, David, you and I, we're going to be friends until we're not growing anymore. If I decided to get in a slump and I decided to slack on my business, my fitness, we have nothing more in common. I have nothing else to give you. I am now toxic to you, right? So we're just going to drift apart. One, I'm going to be smart enough to know that I'm not going to call David and keep crying about the same problem every day. I can't lose weight. And you tell me how to lose weight and I don't lose it. I don't do what you tell me to do. Dude, I'm toxic to you. At the same time, you're running a business. You can't, and that's not the case. Obviously, I don't have any weight problems, but you see what I'm saying. It's not beneficial anymore. If you can't benefit from a relationship, you got to figure a way out of it.
Yeah, and
I said a lot just now.
Yeah, that's when self-accountability comes into play. Chris said something really cool here. Says, I think the lockdown ruined a lot of people's common sense and common decency. Nobody knows how to act anymore, and it compounds their problems in life, making them more negative. I think that's a true fact.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is not to one-up him, but to piggyback off of that. Not only that, but we have been resorted to, and I don't play video games, but there's a lot of young men, young women that play video games. They talk here, they text here, they DM here. There's not a lot of this. There's not a lot of face-to-face. And this pandemic has really hurt communication in that age group where we should be outgoing, where we should be, asking girls for their phone number. We should be asking a guy for a job, or, hey, are you guys hiring? Here's my resume. Knocking on the next door. Hey, I'm trying to sell this widget here. Are you interested? People aren't doing that anymore because it's easy to do this. It's real easy. It's easy to accept rejection this way because you can easily reject a boy this way. You can easily reject a girl this way. You don't have to go knock on the door and ask for a job anymore. You get to go on Indeed or whatever, and you have a phone interview, or at worst, you're on a Zoom call, right? Yeah. And so there's the pandemic that has caused, the common decency issue. Yeah. And then there's the, what's the word? I almost want to say recluse, but we're not used to people. And if you're 16 or 18, 19, 20 years old, those are the years where you should be learning how to communicate, trial and error. And this is something that we're going to struggle with. People are going to struggle with this really bad.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you got your first job, you didn't go on Indeed. You had to go somewhere.
Yeah,
and ask for a job. I did the same thing. I mean, cleaning toilets. I couldn't go and it's like, hey, can you give me a job cleaning toilets? So I had to go to the place and like, hey, do you have a job for me? I'll do anything.
Yeah, what do you need? And then if you're in the sales thing, you would knock on doors and you'd call people up, cold calls. I used to be really mean to people who cold call. You know how hard that is for people? If you're out there and you having to make cold calls to somebody you've never talked to try and sell them, that is extremely hard, especially like a business owner who hears it all day, every day. Somebody selling insurance, freight, all types of stuff. I used to be mean to them. Now I'm like, hey man, I'm not a good fit. I'm not interested. If they get pushy, I would tell them, listen, I know you're trying, but it's not going to work for me. And so I used to hang up on them. I don't hang up on them anymore. I'm growing some sympathy for these people.
Again, that comes with self-accountability. It's
self-awareness.
I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, a lot of self-awareness.
So the questions they're all pretty much the same. It's this one is
in a 7 or 8 year relationship.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's use this one here. This one is simple. How do you deal with negativity from Instagram?
Ooh.
I'm not gonna drop the name, but this is a girl. This is a girl on Instagram that has over 600,000 followers.
Is she watching right now?
No, she's not watching.
Okay. Because I wanted to. Here's what I want to say. She is able to have negative critique on Instagram because she has 600,000 viewers. Okay. She gets to leverage 600,000 followers, rather. She gets to hear this type of critique that comes with having that. And whether it's negative or positive critique, if you're self-aware, you should be taking it in and saying, is this true? No, move on. If it is true, then now I get to fix myself. Right? So it really, it's being self-aware and knowing. If I called you, hey, if somebody called me fat, I'd laugh at them. All right. If somebody said, John, your beard's jacked up and it's ugly, I'd be like, wait, what? No, it's good to go. And so you have to be willing to check yourself when you get negative critique. And so the hate, if somebody says something like, if it's totally off the wall, hey, you're the worst, person on Instagram because your hair is crazy and stupid and I hate you. What are you going to do with that? It's not true. I mean, you let it go, or if it's, man, your teeth are jacked up and they're actually jacked up, it's like, well, I either love me for me or I can get this fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. And you gotta be strong. And this could go into a self-confidence conversation, but it's how you perceive that. You get to have these problems or, you could be a victim.
Yeah. And I like to relate as much as I can with these questions because when in my position, like as a coach, everything comes easy for me, right? I'm always in shape. I always look good. It's easy for me to diet. It's easy for me to cardio. I don't deal with negativity, but I do. I deal with everything that I just mentioned, right? I struggle with it sometimes. And the position that I'm right now, coaching, a bunch of people on daily basis, I'm getting a message. It's like, dude, you suck as a coach. You're really a horrible coach. Oh, dude,
really?
From people that have never worked with me, people that know my clients, but they're trying to be their coach, people who are trying to help somebody in another way, one of my clients, and they send me the screenshots. I get the messages from fake accounts every day. And it's just like, like you said, I get to be this person that people think about when they're thinking about a good coach and they want to share on me. Like I negative comments because it makes me prove my clients right. It makes me prove the people around me right, to know that I'm doing everything that I possibly can to be the best person that I could possibly become, you know?
Yeah.
But
Well,
I saw a message. I got a screenshot. I love this one. I saw a screenshot of someone who said he is a fake it until you make it kind of guy. And I'm faking it, I'm making it.
we all are. You can say you're
Yeah.
right. We all are. But I just happen to be doing better than you. Listen, have you ever, let me ask you this, David. Have you ever left a comment or created a fake Instagram or a fake account to comment negatively on somebody's account? Ever?
Never. To all the tattoos on my arm, my whole family. Never have I ever done that.
You haven't. I haven't. When I see it, I'm sympathetic to the person that took time out of their day to write a negative comment to you, who said something to somebody negatively to get back around to you. Anybody who's negatively talking that way is taking energy out of their life. I don't have the time for that. So when I hear that stuff, I feel horrible for that person, because they're dealing with stuff in their life, their insecurities. We all have insecurities, but theirs are taking over their life. Well, they're taking energy to creep your Instagram, to get a fake account. Trust me, I got tons of fake accounts on mine, and you want to believe it. And so when I see this, I'm like, somebody is taking time to watch me, to see what I'm doing. Why? Why is that? Because you've been successful. You've been successful at something that they're trying to do. People who hate are ones they're trying to do what you're doing, whether it's getting the girl that you got, whether it's getting the body you got, the business you got, the followers you got. And so again, for that girl that's 600,000 followers, man, the people that are saying those things, you ought to feel bad for them, because it's sad. It's really sad that they're going to sit there, spend time and do this, rather than putting their energy into something motivating and positive. Does that make sense, man?
Those are facts. Those are facts. Jordan B. Peterson,
love him.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
I listen to him every day. He always repeats. He puts it on his own, deep words. I love the way he talks.
He's so good with his words, man.
So I'm gonna translate it in my English. It's like, whenever someone says something about you that is coming from their own mind, whatever people expect about you is what they're dealing with, and that is the easiest way for them to express it into the world.
Mm-hmm.
If someone says, you know what, you're ugly, you're not pretty, and you should do better at this, that's their own self-reflection, and they're trying to see it out in the world in somebody, so they feel better about themselves. And if Jordan B. Peterson said it, I believe it.
Yeah, man, it's true. Anybody can say that, especially the females that hear negative stuff from other females. That's crazy to me. I mean, we should be building each other up, and we take time to tear each other down, and I don't know. I just, again, I've got sympathy, empathy now at this point. It's really like, what are you dealing with? Where is this misplaced anger coming from? Were you not hugged enough as a child? I can make jokes about it, but the truth is that there are some major things going on, especially if they're older, especially if you got a 50-year-old hater, a 60-year-old hater, a 40-year-old, when they're so broken that they've got to take time to David, how old are you?
25.
If these people that are older are taking time to knock you down, bro, seriously, they need to examine themselves. But I wouldn't hold it. If somebody says something that hurts me, then it's probably true, and I need to look into that. And so nowadays, I don't know if I'm. I love myself so much. That sounds arrogant. So, but I'm not. I gotta be honest, man. So it takes a lot to really. there's not much that's going to hurt my feelings. I know that I'm, hey, I got this little bald spot here. My daughter ribs on me all the time. And, if somebody says something about it, what am I going to do? So people can say what they want. So you work on being confident with yourself, and then the rest of it goes to the wayside. You have my empathy. I'm not going to comment back to you. In fact, I leave the comments to let others know and see it. That puts it on display. That's all I can do is other people know that. Other people that are worth a damn will look at these negative comments and say, "What's wrong with you, man? What? It just doesn't make sense."
A few days ago, this is funny. A few days ago, I posted a transformation on my page. And a left that actually was talking to me. She wanted to be coached by me. Left a comment and said, well, you should post real transformations and stop editing the pictures and whatever, because the light is different and blah, 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 blah. And I replied to the comment. It's like, I'm sorry for you hating, because you hate yourself so much. I'm really sorry. And I said something else. And then I went on to say, guys, please read the comments. Just because
don't comment back.
Yeah, what I was trying to do was just to I never reply. I think that actually is the first time I've ever replied to a comment like that. And when people know who you are, when people know that you're real, they dude, I put everything out there. When it comes to the business, I just show everything, right? They see my transformations. There's my clients talk. I ask the people that stop working with me to share their experience. If they had a negative experience with me, please share it. So that way somebody doesn't have it again, right? And I just had a bunch of people on Facebook went on to reply to that comment. It's just he's like, yeah, I can agree with what you're saying, with this girl. So it was funny to see how people don't love themselves. They try to see the negative on somebody else. So, you just nail your point.
Yeah, don't comment, dude. Do yourself a favor. Don't spend any time when you see that stuff. You ain't got time for that, dude. You could have posted something else positive and helped somebody else, but instead you took time to do that. It's not worth it.
Well, I replied with that really positive comment. That was my get back to her.
You said I'm sorry that you're insecure about yourself or something. That wasn't positive, dude.
I said something like that. Yeah, I should have maybe not said anything. But it was great to see what people said.
You can. I mean, if you're going to comment, I think I would say, there's no lighting tricks here. Try to just debunk it. No lighting tricks here. I mean, don't justify and defend something that's organic. There's no reason, dude. That's, if I took a picture of my face right now and somebody said, you paint shopped your beard on. No, this is a real beard. That's it. I'm sorry that you don't like my beard and you hate yourself. It's not a good reply.
Now that you put it that way, yeah, I should have said something else.
Dude, and it lets other people see, the people that love you and that know you, they're going to look at that and say, hater. You know what I'm saying? Not he was triggered by it. Hey, you know what's crazy? And it's funny. And Jordan Peterson actually talks about it. Guys, I don't know about you, but when you get around your friends, your good friends, we rip on each other so hard. We say the worst things to each other, and I'm like, it's a test of who can take it personal, who's not taking it personal. And the guy who takes it personal and feeds into it, you rag on him even more. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we do it. We egg each other on as guys. I don't know if girls do that shit, but
I think girls
we're pretty brutal. Huh?
Yeah, I think girls do it too. But they're then they're a little bit softer the way they say it.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, let's see what else here. All right, this one is not a great question. How do you get your mind right in the morning?
I touched on this last time. Did you want to go first?
Yeah. I actually share what I do every morning. So I have a wake up time, right? I wake up at the same time every single day. I actually adjusted it because of the daylight saving. I like to wake up when it's dark, but right now I'm waking up at 4:59 a.m. every single day. Um, I used to wake up at 3:49. I just add an extra hour of sleep because I'm going to bed a little bit later. So I wake up at 4:59. Um, I make sure that I turn off my alarm before it goes off. So I wake up at 2 minutes before the alarm. I lay in bed and I pray. I pray, then I go up to my office. Well, I mean, I brush my teeth, blah, 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 blah. I come up to my office and I write on my journal, my gratitude journal, every single day. And I'm very mindful of what I write. After I do that, I listen to my wedding song every single day. Every
What is
single
it?
day.
It's Dan and Shay.
Yeah, speechless. every single day.
Good
Never
one,
miss
bro.
a day. I listen to it multiple times a day. Then I will, listen to a motivational speech, either, Jordan B. Peterson and the Frisella. I love Gary Vee because it's just raw and I kind of relate to what he says a lot. So I listen to that. And I actually started doing hypnotic sessions for 30 minutes. It's very difficult to do, but it's just you're able to look at your whole day ahead of you. You're able to learn what's going on in your head and how to put it out into the world without judging yourself. Because when you get deep into your thoughts, it's just very difficult to be objective.
Bro, let me slow you down real quick because you just said like a day's worth of activities, and most people are going to work at 8. They're listening to you right now and saying, where the fuck does this guy get all this time from? And so you didn't do all this at once. How did you ease into this routine?
Well, it's taken me 10 years to get it done. It's taken
What's
me
the first thing? What's the first thing you do? Like, what was the first part of your routine? Was it the journal? Was it
journal. I've been writing my journal for 10 years.
Right.
I wake up even before, like I used to keep my journal like on the pillow, and I will turn around and write as soon as I woke up. If I didn't write down as soon as I woke up, I will have a horrible day.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night?
So many times.
Yeah.
So many times. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh my gosh, I cannot forget. Or actually woke up in the middle of the night and, wrote something that I was grateful for. And that's the first thing I did. Then I started, praying a little bit more. I'm very religious, but I will pray in the middle of the day. I just thought that praying earlier in the day will help me, have a better relationship with God. And that's how I looked at it. And it helped me a lot. So I do all this because I don't want anything to be able to break into my head. I give the first 4 hours of my day to myself and nobody else. We give a lot of our time to other people, but we're not mindful enough to, nurture the relationship with our own self. And I think that's something really important that will help you, set your day for success.
The journal, journal, that's I think it's a great start for somebody who's wakes up, brushes their teeth, throws their clothes on, and is out the door. For that person who's looking for the first thing to do in this routine of getting in the right headspace is journal. Getting up early, doing a little journaling, even if it's just one sentence. I'm going to have a great day, something positive, something they're grateful for. I like that idea a lot.
What do you do?
How do I get in the right headspace? Man, I hate waking up early. And that's, I might be up late working, midnight, 1 o'clock. And my daughter, right now, she's week on, week off with her mom. So when I don't have her, business starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time, ready to go. So, I'm 7:20. I'm up, but as soon as I wake up, these eyes open up. I roll over, grab my phone. I'm not proud of this, right? Because they say don't grab your phone. I roll over, grab my phone, check the text messages, DMs, all this other stuff. All right. Then I go to YouTube. I go right to YouTube, and my usual suspects are usually Jocko Willink, David Goggins.
I looked him up.
Good.
Like you told me, I didn't know who he was. I love this stuff.
Yeah. Jocko Willink, David Goggins, Andy Frisella, Jordan Peterson. It depends on what mood I'm in. I mean, if I need to be yelled at that morning, I'm going to go to Jocko Willink. If I need a little pep talk about business, because these guys also, they talk about business as well, but it's to get me kickstarted. But that's the first thing I do. And I get that going, and I roll over. Alexa, turn on my lamp. I turn the lamp on, and then I go into the bathroom, brush my teeth. I got somebody yelling at me on the phone. I get dressed, and next thing you know it, I'm eating. I'm setting up my food, because that's a process, right? You got to make sure you're eating and getting your vitamins and all that stuff going. Or help my daughter. She does her stuff, so we're usually in the kitchen taking care of food and whatnot. But I think the question was, how do I get in the right mind space? And the answer is YouTube, right off the bat. The podcasts, they're stories, right? So you kind of got to be attention. The YouTube compilations, if you just type in motivation, business motivation, fitness motivation, the compilations are 4 or 5 different guys saying, dropping bombs after bomb after bomb. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Hey, do you remember that feeling when, and people have said this before, Christmas Day? Did you need an alarm to wake up?
No, dude.
Why?
3 a.m. ready. Like, I'm excited.
You're excited.
I want to open my presents.
Would it be great if every day was like that?
What
are you excited about?
Yeah, I make my day like that every day.
You do. And so I do as well. So I get excited. I'm hearing all this. I get to go to business. I get to go to help people. I get to make money. And business is a game, right? And we're putting all these pieces and puzzles together. And so people that are in these dead end jobs or dead end careers, or these lives with people they don't even want to be with, kids that they hate. There's a joke. We don't hate our kids. You dread that next day. So you wake up later, you don't eat as well. You're not prepared, and you wake up in a slump. And so the thing is, you have to fix whatever's going in your life, fix that so you can be excited, acting like it's Christmas, a field trip, a vacation. I wake up and I get going. I used to be excited. I haven't had my latte in a while, but my extra large vanilla soy milk latte, that used to excite me. Look forward to something. The previous day, you think about that stuff, and you don't need an alarm at that point. And I don't need an alarm. I'm up. I get up, and I don't like it, but then it's like, all right, I get to do this. And so getting excited about something, whether it's the night before helps. When you start looking forward to something, all right, I need to get to sleep because tomorrow's that field trip. Tomorrow at work, I get to meet that client. I get to get on the phone with this person. I get to do this. A lot of people are looking forward to Fridays and dreading Mondays. If you're living that life, you're doing it wrong. Change that. Change your job. Change your people in your life. Change your diet. Diet's a big one. But I like being excited, and I really looked at that. I'm like, why am I excited about this? And I look forward to Mondays, man. I need about a day downtime, and because I work all day, every day. I'm on the phone all day long. I'm doing this. I'm crunching. This is awesome. Love it. And that's fine. But we do need to walk away from that puzzle sometimes. And Saturdays, Friday nights, I look forward to the Friday nights. Saturday nights and days. And then Sunday, I'm prepping for the week. I'm prepping my food. I'm looking at my notebook. I'm looking at what emails need to be sent, scheduling this, scheduling that. So this way, Monday, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to make some money. I'm excited. Look forward to something.
Sundays are my prep days. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about my mindset.
Yeah.
Every Sunday morning, I write out my goals for the week. Every single Sunday.
Write a list.
Yeah, we go to church, and I get everything ready. Like I said, for most people, unrealistic goals, and they're very scary for me. But if I don't tackle Monday, like if it were the last day of my life, I don't, that's the way I look at it. I get so excited about not just Mondays every day, but Mondays to me are just like, the beginning of the week. Like I'm not waking up at 3:30. I'm waking up at 2 because I like to be ready before everybody else, so I can just like boom, 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 just tackle everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about tomorrow now.
You should be. You get to go to work. You get to change lives, man.
Yeah.
So
we have a few more questions here that are, we will literally answer the same question again. So let me go to the ones that we got on Instagram.
Yeah, I would start with the live folks. This way we could help them now since they're listening.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So let's get some funny questions before we go, because we got a few. Also, guys, if this was helpful, let us know. DM John or DM me. Let me know if you.
Yeah, we'll keep doing these. We're looking at once a week right now, and we want to keep bringing value. So give us some more topics and specifics. I don't want to. We're answering a lot of generalities, but the girl with the boy or whatever for 7-8 years, that's a good one. We want to help folks who are dealing with specific issues.
Yeah. This is funny. 3D glasses, love them or hate them?
I have no opinion on them.
All right. Yeah,
I don't know anything about them.
I think I've used them once. So next. Which you'll answer this one. I have one in my head. Which movie plot twist blew your mind?
Wow. Inception. Anything by M. Night Shyamalan. The Village. Signs. I mean, come on. Who can argue M. Night Shyamalan is not the best at just...
I like The Wolf of Wall Street.
Where's the twist? Where's the twist at? We all knew where that ship was going. Right to the fucking bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah, but actually, yeah. I mean, there's really not there's no twist where you like.
There's no twist to that. Ask that person what theirs is.
Yeah, I know. I just love the movie. I study the straight line cells, persuasion cells by Jordan Belfort. I've done the maybe 7 times.
7 times, dude. And how the hell are these questions? What does this have to do with any kind of self-development?
People ask random questions.
Okay, all right.
This is also about movies.
Let me hear them, dude.
I'm gonna switch this one because I literally have, here like 70 questions. Have you ever eaten a whole tube of Pringles by yourself?
Yes, many times.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
What is the sexiest and least sexy name? David has to be the sexiest without a doubt.
John, no shit.
Yeah. Okay, this is stupid. Describe your sense of humor in one word.
Dark.
Really fucking dark. Next.
That's 3 words, bro.
Just don't divide them. Is cereal soup? Why or why not?
Is cereal soup? Soup is warm, so no.
Yeah, cereal is cereal. Cereal
is cold.
Yeah. All right, we'll do one more question. What was your favorite trend or craze from the past year?
From the past year, it has to be. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. The past year, I'm going with Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger King. Yeah,
Tiger King's up there.
yeah.
I did follow the Brian Laundrie case situation.
What's that? I don't know what
Somebody
that is.
tell him where what is it? Gabby Petito. This is not funny. I should probably change my smile, but Gabby Petito was a TikTok famous whatever, and this guy stalked her. Basically, they went on this country tour, vacation, whatever, and he killed her out in the mountains somewhere in Colorado, whatever the hell it was. Somebody's going to correct me on all this. And then he went back to Florida, where he's from. Of course, he's from Florida. And then Dog the Bounty Hunter got involved. Everybody was getting involved because it was the only news that was there. And it was crazy, but it wasn't Tiger King. I don't want to make jokes because somebody passed away there. But then again, Carol did kill her husband, so there was a death there.
Yeah,
Tiger King, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what like something that my favorite trend.
A trend.
I mean, I know my favorite trend, but know the trend.
TREN?
Yeah.
Or D?
Dude, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't know.
Music.
Like,
how about a song? Let's make it easy for you.
Oh, the dude from TikTok with the drone. You know, the one that does like this. The fat dude from TikTok that goes and meet like people and do the funny dance with like Jason Derulo and all the famous people.
Bro, I'm a little lost, man.
He nailed it.
Well, TikTok, that's a trend right there, man. How about that?
Well, they were gonna shut down TikTok because it was a Chinese spy app or something like that. You know?
Yeah. I get notices. I get kicked off TikTok kind of often. I post shit, and then they tell me they take me down for a day. I don't know. They're weird, but it's a Chinese company. It's weird.
Yeah. Yes, dude. I think we brought a lot of value today. I think it was a good podcast.
I hope so. Again, if we got any more topics, anything we need to expand on, let David know. Let me know. Whatever. We're gonna try and keep them to an hour. I noticed that's kind of a good time frame. And then maybe we can turn them into some shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
The bombs that we drop.
Yeah, that'll be great. So, all right, dude, awesome. See you next week.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Thanks, guys.